Getting the feeling in your golf swing where the whole body is working together so it feels nice and connected, I like to use the term compact, is something most of us are seeking to try and achieve. Now in today's lesson what we're going to look at is the integration of some of the joints of your body, which I think will give you a mental picture which will make achieving that compact, connected swing far easier. So let's get into it. Now let's go through a couple of demonstrations first of all. Sometimes you may be looking at your own swing or looking at a playing partner's swing and they may move like this. They may actually go here and you think, wow, they've really swayed a lot, okay? Or they may go the other way and you may think, wow, they've really reverse pivoted a lot and all their weight's on their left leg. Well, sometimes what we see isn't actually what's going on. You see, the integration of your spine in the upper part of the body, the hips and the pelvis here down to the knees, they're all working together, largely working together to stay balanced, okay? Now, wherever I send the center of my mass, my weight here in my midsection, is going to have a profound impact everywhere else. So let's go back to that example here. So if I have what looks like a swayed action here, it looks like I've leant over to the right because that seems out of place. But actually the reality is, if I think about which foot is lighter on the ground, it's actually the right foot is lighter. I can lift that one up. The left one I can't move. So actually my weight has gone to the left, even though visually it may appear that I've shifted over to the right, okay? Now, in the other example, if I've actually gone this way here, you may think, wow, the weight's, I've tilted over to the left, but actually it's this foot that's very light. This one I can't move because again, the center of my weight, my mass has shifted over that side here. So it's really important to get this integration of the spine and the hips working together. So very simple drill. You can put the club across your chest here. When you set up, that's why it's really important to feel like your pelvis, your center of your body is right in the center of your feet here. We don't want it favoring one side or the other too much, okay? We want it nice and centered. Then we want to be able to pivot it, again, staying fairly centered. The amount of weight shift is actually very minimal. Most of us, I think, are trying too hard to get a weight shift. We want to be able to feel, take my example of my feet being light, we want to be able to feel that even during the whole movement, at any one time, yes, the weight shifted a bit, but both feet are still very connected to the ground. Here, especially as I start down and then all the way through until I finally let the trail foot come up at the end. That's a good measure. If I can do that, what's then going to happen is this mid area of my body is going to stay centered in my feet. That immediately is going to have an impact on my spine, which is going to stay a lot more centered here, rather than tending to be here. As I said before, when one goes one way, it tends to be balanced by another part of the body. If I send it this way, my body balances itself over here because largely it is trying to stay balanced. So I like to use the expression cogs. You imagine cogs like flywheels in a car, there used to be, but cogs here working together. Now, obviously the spine sits above the hips and the pelvis here, but they're still kind of cogged together. They work together. So if I can actually get the cog of this hip area here to turn centered here, it allows the cog of this one to turn and stay centered here, okay? So I like that expression. See if that helps you to get that mental picture of the cogs, so getting the two to work together. You could say it's like a beveled cog wheel on the top here for your spine, okay? So let's just put that into practice. Set yourself up. Again at the beginning, make sure you're nice and centered. Don't favor too much one way. You should feel evenly balanced on your feet there. Now I've got this image of the two cogs here on my spine. I'm just going to let them work together in the center of my body. Okay. Little bit heavy maybe, but it was very integrated swing. Felt very, very balanced as I went through that, okay? So use that analogy, get the idea that when you work all your joints together as one, and we focus in this area a little bit here, we tend to get a simpler swing, one that is more compact, more balanced in the center of your feet. Give it a try, let me know how you get on, and I look forward to hearing your comments. Thank you.